Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey, we're here with another video for you guys today. And today we are going to be comparing 4 different versions of the Black Pearl. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this video or any of the content on the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into this in-depth comparison of 4 different versions of the Black Pearl after the intro coming in here now. And here they are, all 4 different versions of the Black Pearl that I own. They're all lined up in a row here, and we're going to take an in-depth look at all 4 of them and try to decide which one we like the best and which ones we like the least. And let me just start by saying I actually really like all 4 of these ships a lot. I enjoy having all 4 of them in my collection, and they will remain in my collection as such because I get good use and they all serve a good purpose, and they're all quite different. And so I thought this would make an interesting video, so let's go. And here is the first one we're going to be looking at, and that is the original Black Pearl, released way back in 2011 or 12, something like that. And we're also going to be taking a look at the newest Lego Black Pearl, or Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, as it's referred to as well. Picked that up recently, and so that'll be in this video as well. And we'll also be taking a look at the newest one that I have acquired, and that is the LesDIY Black Pearl, designed by Marooned Marin. Absolutely fantastic and beautiful ship, so we'll be looking at that one as well. And then last and possibly least, we're going to be taking a look at the Kazi Black Pearl, released by Kazi Bricks. This is one of the oldest ships that I've had in my collection. It is a very nice design ship, but it does have some flaws, but it's actually closest in design to the Imperial flagship, believe it or not. And we're actually going to start with the Kazi Black Pearl, and this, to be honest, is my least favorite of the 4 of them. And it's not because the design of the ship I don't like. I do like it quite a bit. We did change the sails, custom sails we put on it, and you can look and see how tall it is in the light box there. And here is the front bow. I put that masthead on myself. I've done a lot of custom things to it as we get a look at the sails from this vantage point in front of the bow. And we'll take a look at the stern. You know, nice stern, looks good. You know, it definitely, you know, does the job. And here's the view from the bridge down onto the deck of the ship. And here is a look at the bridge of the ship and the wheel and everything. And then the main deck. It does have a boat that you put on the main deck, which is nice. I do like a little attention to detail. This part of the main deck I actually added on myself. It wasn't on the ship originally because the main deck was, you know, kind of small, and I just wanted to make it a little bit bigger. And then here is this section here. Like that hole right there, that's the way the whole main deck was originally. And here is a look at the side of the ship. And it, you know, it looks pretty good. Like I said earlier, it's pretty much like the Imperial flagship, just a black version of it. And, you know, so that makes it look really good, honestly. But the brick quality is really, really poor on this thing. This just came apart, and I actually glued this many years ago just to keep it together. But this just falls apart super easy. But here's a look down at the cannons and everything. I got some Lego cannons, the red ones in there are Lego ones. And you can't get into the captain's quarters. It does have a captain's quarters, and it's a halfway decent one, but you can't access it like at all. It's one of the biggest design flaws with this ship, and so that always really bothered me. I'm trying to get you guys to look in there as good as I can. And then here's a look at the crew I assembled to go on it. This is Cortez and his like evil like Crew of the Dead, just a bunch of custom minifigures I made for it. And then next up we have the original Black Pearl, and this was the Black Pearl that was the only one LEGO had released for many number of years and is highly desired. But it is one of the smaller ships. It's actually the smallest of the four of them we're going to see here. I'm going to look at the sails and how tall it is here in my light box. But I gotta say, it does have a really nice look to like this vantage point. Something about the sails and the design of the ship look really well. Now here's a look at the front bow of it and a look at the sails from this vantage point. And again, the sails do look great on this thing, really well done. And then here is the stern, and this is going to be the weakest stern of the four of them we're going to look at here today, in my opinion. It's just kind of blah, not really spectacular. A look from the bridge down at the main deck, and then here is a look at the side of it. And again, it's the smallest of the four, pretty considerably, and as such, you know, it does have a lot of things holding it back in that regard. But it still is a nice little ship. And here's a look at the bridge. It's fine. And then here's a look at the main door into the captain's quarters. And again, it looks okay, nothing spectacular. This part of the deck I actually put on myself. This ship didn't have one originally, and it always drives me nuts when these ships don't have an upper deck. So I customized and put that on. And here's a look at the bow, like up here. And then take a look at the captain's quarters. These sections just kind of pull off, and you know, these side doors open up on both sides. And I gotta say, this is what the strong point of this ship is, the captain's quarters. It is a very well done captain's quarters, especially for a ship this size. Looks really well done, and it's got a lot of room for minifigures and whatnot. Speaking of minifigures, here's the crew I have for the ship. Of course, you have Jack Sparrow, the original one, and I have Gibbs over there, my original Gibbs, my original Will Turner, and my original Elizabeth Swan. And to fill out the crew, I went with all the crazy Jacks I have, like Cannibal Jack, inspired by the scene from At World's End is what I went with it. And now we're going to take a minute to thank the sponsors of today's video, and that is LesDIY. They are a fantastic LEGO compatible brick company, and they get their sets straight from Rebrickable, because that's really what they are, is Rebrickable come to life. Here is this set that you can get mock yourself on Rebrickable, but oh look, LesDIY sells the same thing that you can get in an actual set at a fairly reasonable price, and they will send it all to your house, and the brick quality is fantastic. And then here is some more. Here's another one, a mock from Rebrickable. But oh look, LesDIY has the same set. We'll send it to you straight to your house. Here is another fantastic Rebrickable mock. And oh look, here you can get it on LesDIY, because that's what they are, is Rebrickable come to life. And I can't stress that enough. Absolutely fantastic. And look at some of the mock options that they have here that you can purchase. Absolutely stunning mocks. Where else can you get that? Because with LesDIY, that means let's DIY. And next up we have the LesDIY Black Pearl, designed by Marooned Marin. I will put a link down in the description so you can learn more about it. And I'll also put a link into my video where I reviewed on this just here recently. But it is a very nice looking ship, and there you see how tall it is. It is one of the taller ones that we're looking at. And here is a look at the front bow. Looks very well done, looks good. And here's a look from this vantage point at the sails and everything. And then here is the stern on it, and this is actually my favorite stern of the four of them, in all honesty. Beautiful stern. But you know, let's talk about the sails. Obviously it doesn't have any sails. The instructions give you details on how you can make your own. Relatively easy process. I just haven't done it yet, but I will be making a video on it when I do. And then here is a look at the bridge, and this is the best looking bridge out of the 4 ships we're going to look at. It's absolutely fantastic. And look at this view here. Absolutely beautiful. The best of the 4 without a doubt. And the main deck again with all the tile work and everything just is fantastic looking. Absolutely beautifully designed ship. And look at this captain's quarters. Again, this is the best captain's quarters we're going to look at today as well. Absolutely beautiful. Well done. Magnificent. I just love it. It's just a perfect captain's quarters. And then here is the cannon deck and everything. Not a ton of room, but you can get your hand down in there. And then here's the crew I put together for it. We have Barbossa, the skeletal version like from the first movie. And then I just put together a skeleton crew based upon the Black Pearl in the first movie. Will be my crew for this version. And then last but not least, we're going to take a look at the new Lego Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, as it's known officially, or it's the Black Pearl. Come on. And this ship is fantastic as well. Absolutely love it. There's how tall it is. It is the tallest of the 4. Here's a look at the front bow. Very nice front bow. And this design here on it is absolutely fantastic. Very innovative. There is the sails on the front there. And then here's a look at the stern. Absolutely beautiful stern. This one and the LesDIY sterns are both fantastic. Blow the other 2 away. And then here, let's talk about the sails on it a bit. There's something about the look of the sails that I'm just not crazy about. I think it's the front mast, and it does kind of hold this one back a little bit after I've had time to process it some more. But this play feature that this set comes with is absolutely fantastic. I love this play feature. Can't speak highly enough of it. And let's look at the bridge here, and the bridge is nice, but if I'm honest, compared to the LesDIY one, it looks a little dull and boring. And here again looks a little dull and boring compared to the LesDIY one, if I'm honest. And then here is this part of the deck and this part here up front, and here's the captain's quarters. I do like the new design for the captain's quarters, but again it's a little boring compared to the one we just looked at. And then it has the same kind of thing down here where you can get down and look at the cannons. Not quite as much room due to the play features, but it's there, and so that works, and that's good enough for me. Take a look at all the minifigures, and this is the official crew of the Black Pearl that I have on it. All the official minifigures that have been released, so they're all present and accounted for on my Black Pearl. But I gotta say, this set comes in at $160 more than the LesDIY one, so it's something to consider. Well, that is my video for you guys today. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me down in the comments which one of these 4 beautiful ships is your favorite. So thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned for more content. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.
Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.